Man, I love days like this. I'm dry. I have carry-out pizza in my pack. This is like the happiest level I'll get on a hike, on a through hike like this. Like this is, 10 level high on the happiness scale.
Hi, Daddy.
All right, I'm about a half hour into the hike this morning out of, what was that town called? Anyway, I stayed at the Stanimals in Glasgow, Virginia, just for an overnight. Hiked 7.5 miles in the day before, or yesterday. So resupply was within walking distance. Dollar General. There was a restaurant there. I got the pizza. I have carry-out pizza. I got a resupply on my fuel, which should carry me to the end. And as always, coming out of a resupply town, my pack is the heaviest it will be until I start eating some of this food. So it's about high 40s this morning. And I'm hoping to get a 20-mile day in. There's at least one big climb coming up today. But I think even with the late start at around 8 o'clock, I can get the 20-miler in, hopefully by 6 o'clock or so. But so far the trail's been pretty agreeable, but I heard that it is overgrown heading toward the Punch Bowl shelter area, which is about 9 miles away. So yeah, the pack's weighing heavy on me right now, but we're gonna get going. It was a good stay at Stanimals. I had a private room upstairs, and the shuttles were included, showers were included, towels included, laundry was included, coffee this morning, and overall it was a pretty good stay. And they have this like super massage chair there. I didn't get a chance to sit in it, but it's pretty popular, and the bed was comfortable. There's also a Stanimals hostel in Waynesboro, and that is my 4-day goal, is to get into Waynesboro, possibly take a zero there, possibly stay at the Stanimals there. And Waynesboro is the southern gateway pretty much to the Shenandoahs. So, and that's my next resupply point. All right, so we're gonna get hiking. Onward. All right, I'm at the top of Bluff Mountain, which is the big climb of the day. It was about, I guess, 26 or 2,700 foot elevation gain, and it's taken 3.5, almost 4 hours to get up here. I think it's about 8 or 9 miles into the hike, but it's quite a wonderful view down there. I got a mostly clear day, so the sun is behind the camera into my face, and that's a great view down there. You can see a lot of towns, farms, and mountains off in the distance. So the rest of the day, I'm going to try and make 20 miles today. The rest of the day is going to be mostly downhill. There's some like little intermediate ascents over some smaller hills, but it's mostly downhill into a shelter about like 11 miles away. It's a great day. It's a nice breeze. This is a sweet Virginia breeze day right here. And there's really tall mountains way out there. I don't know if I've hiked them or if I'm going to hike them, but this is like on a clear day. You can't beat this. Clear day, just miles and miles of meadows, farms, valleys, mountains. I'm gonna eat lunch up here and then hike on. Man, I love days like this. I'm dry. I have carry-out pizza in my pack. This is like the happiest level I'll get on a hike, on a through hike like this. Like this is, 10 level high on the happiness scale. I got a view. I got cold leftover pizza. And I have 2 bottles full of water. And a great weather forecast. So I'm gonna eat and then hike on. Okay, another installment of I'd Tent That. And what we're looking at here is a bed of pine straw. It's flat. There are no rocks. There's some twigs you can easily kick away. Those are the pros. The cons, no water source. It's right on the trail. But there's actually a rock to sit on too. It'd be a little harsh there, but there's probably room for 2 or 3 tents in that space right there. And I would definitely tent that. That's a 7 out of 10. I have to take away for no adjacent water source. But I like it. There's a questionable tree, so we'll go 6 out of 10. But I like the bed of pine straw there. Very nice. So onward. I'm about 3/4 of a mile away from the Brown Mountain Creek shelter, which will give me a 20-mile day. It's only like 20 after 4. I'd like to go further, but right after the shelter, there's a 4-mile climb. And it doesn't look like there's any tent sites along the way. So I'll just save the climb for the morning when my pack is lighter, because I am going to have a feast tonight. There's going to be a party in my belly, and I'm not going to regret it because I have a lot of town food packed out, and I can probably lose about a pound out of my pack tonight. So looking forward to that. I still have some pizza. I had some pizza for lunch, and I still have a couple of slices left that I'll eat for dinner. But so at the hostel yesterday, and of course this morning, there were 4 southbounders there, and this is a group that I ran into up north, and barely remembered them, but eventually we talked it out, and we did meet. But I also ran into 5 more this morning, and actually 7 more this morning. So the southbound bubble is starting to come through. But they all say, when I tell them what my path is, and they'll say, "Oh man, you're almost there." I was like, "Yeah, I guess, in the big scheme of things, but I still have over 200 miles to go." And to me, that's still a long way. It's 200 miles. I have, let's see, after today, I'll have about 60 miles into Waynesboro, and then the Shenandoah start. And then after that, Front Royal, and then whatever mileage is left into West Virginia. So I think tomorrow is my last 4,000 peak mountain. And I start talking about final things. I think I bought my final fuel canister replacement. I hope I'm on my final pair of shoes and insoles. If they can just hold out another couple of weeks. They are starting to break down. My pack is breaking down, but I'm not doing any gear replacement right now. My Sea to Summit pillow has a leak in it. I don't mind waking up in the middle of the night and putting some more air in it. Because I don't want to spend that much money to replace gear with 2 weeks to go. The clothes I'm wearing and what I have in my pack, they're going to make it to the end. So there's a lot of things that I'm not going to be doing, as far as repetitive things anymore, like the fuel canister. That's it for that. Still have to buy food, that's for sure. I think I bought my last tube of toothpaste. Should get me, 2 weeks more. Stuff like that. And now it's starting to hit home that, I'm in the final stages of this thing. So we're going to get to this shelter and have a feast. I'm almost at 2,000 miles. I think I'll hit that in a couple of days. And that'll give me less than 200 miles to go. So a lot of milestones, popping in, I guess. So I want to get to Waynesboro in 3 days. And, just enjoy the Shenandoahs in my home state. So onward. Okay, I found a tent spot for the night. It's near the shelter. And if it was on an installment of I'd tent that, this would be pretty close to a 10 out of 10. I'm standing on it. I'll back up. The trail is right there. The shelter is right up there. I haven't located the privy yet. But the cool thing is, and I'm guessing this is Brown Mountain Creek. The creek is right there. So great water supply, great sound to go to sleep to. The tent pad itself, there's a couple of shallow roots, but that's it right here. Right in here. So that's where I'll be setting up. Short path to the water. The hike out to the trail in the morning is 15 feet. So, privacy wise, it's right by the trail, but I don't expect a whole lot of traffic. There's a couple more hours of daylight, which actually it's pretty cloudy right now anyway. No one's at the shelter. That could change, but so I'm pretty happy with this site. I can't wait to fall asleep to that sound. There's actually also some tent sites across the creek right over in there, right back there. And there's one questionable tree. It's not too thick. So I'll take my chances tonight. But you can look up, and it's kind of beautiful up there. It's really dense forest right here. Like I'm down in, I guess I'm down in the Punch Bowl is what they call it. So I descended down past a shelter called the Punch Bowl Shelter, and then there's about 5 miles of flat, and then it's going to go right back up in the morning. So, if they want to fill this thing up with some fruit punch and spike it, and I'll be floating around in it right here, that's okay with me too. It might numb my my body. That works for me. But I'm going to get set up. Like I said, there's going to be a party in my belly tonight, and I'm going to enjoy that. So, really starting to think about what the end means, what finishing a thru hike means, something I was pretty naive about in the beginning. I did not know what it involved, how much of a mental commitment this was going to be, and to be this close to the end, man, I can't tell you how that feels. Hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be able to tell you. But so, Muffin and Button. Muffin, I missed your birthday yesterday. I'll make up for it. Muffin and Button, I love you. Acorn Army, thanks for sticking with me. See you next time.